but I'm sure they've talked to everybody who normally watches my story. They just said, you're about to tell your family that they can't be in your life, referring to you guys. Again, there's a lot of people they kicked out of my life. They said they weren't going to be allowed to be in my life once I made it big, once I got rich. And Elon Musk even said in the beginning, I couldn't be rich and still have my basketball program with the kids in it, because this is something that he wanted. He wanted sex with the boys in my basketball program. And Neuralink, some of them had never had sex before. I've been over this already. Same thing with CJ. So they made a pact so they could do it behind the scenes. They weren't the ones who were doing it initially. But Elon Musk is used to people being kidnapped out of their lives so he can have companionship and sexual relationships. He said I couldn't have everything I was doing. He said you're intelligent, or you're smart, so you don't need anything else. Like you got to be intelligent. What? Or he said I already lived my life building everything I was building already with Galaxy, just getting to the point where I had it. Now these guys, these are the same occult practice people, the white supremacy people. They all do the same thing. So they sacrifice you if you're a good person because they want to be evil. Remember, once again, the war of good versus evil is intelligent versus unintelligent. So they don't understand anything. So they don't want you to progress too much or progress the people too much, because then even more people will be above them. And they said the kids are too intelligent. There's a lot going on that really bothers these guys. So it was an all-out attack. And then once again, Elon Musk had his desires, and Neuralink did as well. So he took over everything, and now Neuralink is holding people hostage. Whether it was the initial people, Vigo's being held hostage. Keem, I don't think he does it as much. Lena Pham, Tommy Pham. Whether it was kids that were in my program, or I talked to, or cared about, or ones that I planned on supporting. I had a plan to basically, once I made it, shut off my Snapchat and just give out stuff. Like they said, you can't give out free stuff. You can't support people when you make it big. These are the same people who were doing it to the entertainers. Initially, the same people who killed Kobe, Nipsey Hussle. That's who's holding me hostage. But in reality, they're a group of bitches. They were afraid. Once in the beginning, they were afraid. They ended up getting robbed by some computer nerds who are also bitches. So that's the thing that sucks. You got all these entertainers. You got all these politicians who could easily have them killed. That this is not something I agreed to. They came in and pretended like they were building Galaxy for me, like they helped me achieve all my relationships, or like they were going to do anything for me in the future to help me blow up. They weren't doing anything. They were copying me and pretending like they were doing everything for me. Basically, all they did, they said if I use the internet, if I use social platforms, then I owe them. That's basically what they were doing when they got here. It's a gang, a mentally challenged gang who come in. They don't know how to do anything on their own. They need, like I said, they need people to be kidnapped out of their lives for relationships. They need to rob people of their ideas because they have no idea how the world works. They know the corrupt way the world works, but they don't really understand people's psychology. And that was something that I mastered, especially consumer psychology. And this is what they're robbing me of. If you look up Revenge of the Nerds on Wikipedia, I think they took it down because I checked again after I pointed out the first time, where they had the triangle, they had the Illuminati sign, with their revenge. That's the kind of people who do stuff like this behind the scenes. People who don't really have social lives, and that's who they target when they're starting sex trafficking rings. When they're starting militias, they target nobodies, people who don't have anything. I'm gonna stop. I get carried away a little bit sometimes because, like, the whole story, you put the whole story out there, like, it shows who they are. They said they don't want the whole story out because it breaks down their psychology, which I've done. But I can't help it because the way they talk, it exposes them. But I'll stop. It just made me feel a tear in my left eye, so I don't want anybody to die because I'm telling the story. I'm being extorted for the story by these guys. Say this too because Neuralink says they're not doing it. Elon Musk says he's not doing it, or Neuralink says Elon Musk's doing it, because Elon Musk isn't actually doing it. He said he's having other people do it. They say that part afterwards because they're being sarcastic. They try to be as fucked up as possible, what they say on the link phone. They sit around talking trash 24/7 using artificial intelligence. They can think it and put it through, or might have a mic, I'm not sure. But they monitor me 24/7, giving me commands: get out of the bed, walk around the house, walk outside. I gotta go through this all day. Don't eat or don't finish your food, because it's not fair to other people that you can finish things. That's literally what they said. But enough. I'm not gonna talk on the psychology anymore. But that's what we're dealing with. That's what I'm dealing with. That's what the world's dealing with. Initially, same people did in Haiti. It's not the same 100%, because they said the kids in Haiti went through more. So I'm not comparing them. Just saying same people initially. So I'm being robbed of my thoughts. I'm being robbed. I'm being used as for entertainment. I'm influence and intelligence that's being given to other people. People are punished when I say things, when I tell people what's going on, or if I do anything that's entertaining. For example, if I even watch a video on Instagram, because they're forcing the kids that they're holding hostage to monitor my phone, and then go against me. I send messages to people, tell them I'm doing anything that makes me, in their opinion, embarrassed. They think a lot of things are embarrassing that aren't. But so if I do anything that's entertaining, or watch anything that's entertaining, they get upset. They said they want to be the ones that are entertaining. Kids aren't allowed to be entertained by me, or nobody else is. So I'm just supposed to lead this extremely dull life and then come up with ideas for them as well at the same time. And they have the kids in the sex trafficking ring. As I posted before, Elon Musk, the cult guy, I saw a video that was talking about him meeting one of his girlfriends in a cult, one of the famous girlfriends. I'm not going to say her name. If I say her name, they punish her for me saying her name. But cult, which is concentration camps for the cults. Where your mind is concentrated through sexual or physical abuse until you have the thought process that they want you to have, and you're being monitored by Neuralink. So they have pleasure and pain distribution amongst the kids that they kidnapped out of my life. Once again, they didn't want to be with them, but they're forcing them to. They said they wanted the support that I had. They said that it looked fun being able to hang out with the kids. They said they wanted to enjoy that, but then they wanted sexual relationships with them as well. So they said everybody has to be with them. Again, if you don't want to be with them, you're punished for it. You could be sodomy, which is anal rape. Them forcing you to give blowjobs all day, or go out and they'll just sex traffic you, or you can be beaten, or you can be killed. They have the kids sometimes fighting each other, beating each other, or jumping each other. And they have Neuralink inside of everybody. So they're just playing games, basically. It's a group of people who didn't like their childhoods, so to speak. I don't want to say too much, but they're punishing the rest of the world. You saw the video where I posted Elon Musk said he was bullied a lot growing up. You got Neuralink staff, you got others involved in the same situation, or others who just didn't have lives, who were behind the controls. And everybody's paying for them not having what they want in life. This could have been taken care of a long time ago if I would have done a better job communicating with the people who were being taken hostage, or if I would have just found the right thing to say, basically. But they said they don't want me to look like a superhero in front of people that I know. Again, like I said earlier, they don't want me to be able to achieve success and have any of you guys still in my life. That's just what they said. They just don't want me to take them on and win, and have people know about it. But I mean, they've got a lot of people who come in to help them. Westminster PD officers, Garden Grove PD officers. Like I said, recently I had to move out here because I woke up to a gun pointed at me, and an illegal arrest or kidnapping, and robbed by Garden Grove PD twice. It's extremely illegal, but they're working with the New Clutch clan, so that's what it is. PD, they saw that I posted on Twitter and on Instagram that I had you guys' back, and that law enforcement helping cover up the sex trafficking ring and receiving blowjobs from kids. They don't like that. They say if you talk shit about police, then they gotta make you pay for it. It's basically what it was. Even when I was in the police station, after they took my car, they had searched me, they let me go, told me they couldn't arrest me for anything, and followed me, so they got the situation off the radio, and arrested me for having a BB gun in my car, said it was a dangerous and deadly weapon. The thought process is he just has to go to court and just fight it. But we get to take his car from him, at least. So I lost that. I went into the police station to talk to him, and when I mentioned they're covering up a sex trafficking ring, they threatened to 5150 me. So they're weaponizing their powers that they don't really have, because you only have these powers if it's lawful under the Constitution, which it wasn't. The PD helping funneling kids out of Biloxi when they first got here. They say they didn't know it was a sex trafficking ring in the beginning, but you still can't help kill somebody's influence because you're told by clan members and invasionists that this person's too intelligent for society, and you have to take everything that he has and give it to other people. That's called robbery. But they said the military is involved, so they just went with it. People in the military working for under foreign influence. Extorting people in a sex trafficking ring. If you are police officers, you go around robbing people, that doesn't make it okay because you're the police. The military comes in and they just randomly declare martial law on their own. Nobody gives them the right to do it. That's illegal. They can't just do it. But you got a lot of people out here who don't understand government. Law enforcement officers who don't understand the Constitution. I saw some videos on that too. There's plenty of FBI agent who helped split up my social following into groups so they could funnel people into the sex trafficking ring. Secret Service agent who was going around raping people, going into people's houses, taking them out, dropping them off at the military base or one of their trap houses where they were sex trafficking kids behind the scenes. So you got a lot of government corruption under was the Ku Klux Klan, and now is the New Klux Klan, because Braden got robbed of their position by Elon Musk and Neuralink as well. And he still allows them to think that they're still in control, but he's doing it. And Neuralink's doing it behind the scenes. They do not let everybody watch my story. If I communicate with anybody for help, try to get help, they say they got to watch my story from a different platform because they want to make sure they gain influence off of anything that I post. They don't want you to listen to me. As I said before, I imagine you get a parking ticket, and instead of you being mad at the city, you're mad at the parking enforcement because they're the ones who gave you the ticket. So they gain more influence off of that interaction than the actual city does. So it's that same thing, and then they want to monitor anybody who actually watches anything I post to make sure you don't try to do anything about it. From there, then they funnel you in. You're concentrated, or people have even lost their lives over it. That's the system. That's how they monitor everything that I send out.